Alrighty, sorry about the little bit of the delay here. I was finishing eating my pizza. All right, so let's go ahead here with the zodiac sign of Aries and let us see what does Aries need to know. I have YouTube open today and not muted, so that is great. Double check that. Last time I had it muted by accident. So let's go ahead and dive in and see what is going on with the zodiac sign of Aries. What does Aries need to know? I did hit that one, so we'll turn it back over here. All right. Aries, I feel like there is a need to not be afraid to choose yourself or to move forward in a direction that's very self-serving. The Seven of Swords, Five of Swords can come forward as a really difficult combination because we can feel like we need to hold something back from other people. We can feel like information is being held back from us. It can be a really hard time conveying your ideas or kind of having conversational flow with others, and to just be in a place where you're seeking community, seeking connection, seeking understanding, but maybe not finding people meet your energy or meet your level. And with this combination, we're actually asking for you to seek the security in yourself. So instead of asking other people to validate your ideas or your plans or directions, turn that energy outward, or inwards, I should say, instead of outwards, and say, yeah, this is a good plan. Yes, I can make it happen. Yes, that's the direction to go. And then look for Page of Swords, the sort of flow of direction forward from that. So instead of looking to get conversation, agreement, or confirmation from others, try to seek it into. You have the ability to create that emperor energy, and it comes from the idea of the King of Pentacles, right? It comes from being somebody who's stable. It comes from being somebody who creates value, seeks comfort. And so you have all that you need within you to kind of be in this place of creation, of stability and opportunity. And the more you seek others' confirmation on it, or like clarity from others, the more you're actually taking away from yourself, because it can like bring in their restrictive mentality and project it on you, which is not really the direction that we want to go into. So look for the stability within, and then you'll find the answers externally from there, kind of building up from there. I would say in the idea of romance, if you're not feeling yourself be met in the middle, do not pursue those people, go out in other directions, because you do have commitment energy around you. And if people are not holding back, or I should say, if people are holding back and not giving to you, then those are not the people that you need to be around. So really put yourself out there to connect with people that are going to meet you halfway and communicate to you openly and to build up with you. Because the energy is around you to get that. So that's what I would say for the zodiac sign of Aries. We are now going to go into our next zodiac sign, which is the zodiac sign of Taurus. Let me just pull up here and see if I can timestamp as we go. All right. No worries. Thank you as well for joining me here today. So let's go ahead for the zodiac sign of Taurus and see what a zodiac sign of Taurus needs to know. All right. So Taurus, I do think that there's a need to move on from the past. It doesn't even just have to be in romance. If you're just seeking something to come forward, you're beyond the past, right? You're in the present moment, and each present moment is a future moment, right? Each time we say a new word, experience a new second, we're in the future, and now the future has become the present. So if you are trying to achieve something from the past, you're actually holding yourself back. Even if you want somebody to come back around from the past, we still have to meet them as their present or future self. So growth needs to come forward, change needs to come ahead. We cannot just keep reliving the past or trying to achieve what we had in the past. We have to allow growth to come forward. So Eight of Swords, we can't get caught up by ideas or by situations or by limitations that come forward from not seeing us be where we want to be right now, right? Because that's going to bring in this devil energy. It's going to bring in toxic patterns, toxic people. You're going to make yourself feel stuck, and you're just going to be in a place of like ruminating on the ways of lack instead of the ways of opportunity. Instead, what we do is we take a chance, right? Eight of Cups allows you to take a chance to move forward, to see new directions, to see new opportunities, to recognize that you've experienced something in the past, but the good is still yet to come, right? Opportunities are good, are always around the corner. And so if we get to be in this place where we don't try to achieve the past, but we instead try to create new memories or new directions or new opportunities, that is where you're going to see the growth come forward. So thinking about obtaining a goal that you had in the past, or thinking about recreating a situation that you've had in the past, is what's keeping you stuck. If you allow yourself to think about the new directions, the new opportunities, again, even if you want somebody from the past, you still have to think about the new ways that that energy can come forward instead of thinking about how they were in the past, right? So do I want to give an example of this? Let's see. So let's say, no, I don't want to give an example on that. That's not going to be very good. You have these double eights coming forward here. So there's a restrictive energy that's coming ahead. It's a push and pull. On one hand, we want to move forward, and on the other hand, we think of reasons why not. You can change your mind at any point in time, right? Your mind can make you upset and your mind can make you happy. You can think of something sad and it may bring tears to your eyes, right? Or you can think of something happy or funny and it can bring a smile to your face. So how you allow yourself to be in your mind can really change the circumstances around you. And that's the energy that I feel coming forward here, Taurus. The things that you attach yourself and the way that you attach yourself to them is either going to create opportunity or take opportunities away from you. And that's what I see coming forward here for the zodiac sign of Taurus. Let us go into our next zodiac sign, which is the zodiac sign of Gemini. So Gemini, let us go ahead and see what is it that the zodiac sign of Gemini needs to know right away. All right. So I do think a really positive new energy is trying to come forward towards you, Gemini, but this is like allowing ease to come into your life instead of being in a place of restriction. So with the Strength card coming forward, it says you don't have to force something. What's meant for you will find you. The energy will naturally come forward towards you in the time and space and way that it needs to. But if we're forcing something to be, we're not really allowing ourselves to reach the full potential, right? Think about it as like you're trying to fit food into a container. If you force it in there, your food's gonna end up squashed. It's probably not gonna heat up correctly afterwards. You're gonna have hot spots, cold spots on that food. And it's probably not going to even look as pleasant as it was presented previously before being squashed in the container, right? So when you have the Strength card coming ahead, it's asking for you to allow a natural flow to come forward into your life, because that's where you're going to realize where opportunities can come forward, because you're not rushing to make something happen. You're not forcing something to happen. It just naturally comes ahead, and you can be in a place to experience more beauty. The sun wants to come your way. The sun is positive new beginnings. It's confidence, it's passion, it's excitement, it's happiness, all wanting to come forward towards you. But again, with this Fool energy, the natural free-flowing direction is really how you're going to get this to come forward. The more you're in a state of like, well, kind of lazy rivering life, right? Enjoying the small things, stopping to smell the roses, the more you're going to see opportunities come forward. If you're rushing down a path, you may not see the $5 bill on the sidewalk because your eyes are, just directly focused on where you need to go. Right? You may not notice something different in your surroundings, a new coffee shop opening, a new yoga studio opening, because you're so focused on creating the exact same pattern and routine that you've always been doing, right? So opportunities are there all around you, but if we kind of put the blinders on the horse of life and just focus on that direction, we're going to miss all these opportunities that are around us. And that's what we see with the Five of Wands. So Spirit wants you to basically take the blinders off, right? Don't act like a horse with the blinders on, and instead allow yourself to be in a place of leisure, looking around and stopping to smell the roses. And this can come forward in a bunch of different ways. This could say, take a different pathway to work, right? Don't keep going down the same streets each time. More often than not, you can take a little bit of a different street, even if it's one different turn in order to get there, right? Go to a different coffee shop, go to a different location. There's opportunities here to kind of create changes, create new directions, create flow for you in a way that doesn't quite like need to be forced in a particular manner. And that's how you create opportunity in a positive direction. So that's what I would say here for Cancer, or I should say for Gemini. We're going on to Cancer now. So these are for Sun, Moon, Rising. Whatever you feel fit, you can reach all messages if you'd like. But Sun, Moon, Rising. Let's go ahead for the zodiac sign of Cancer. I'm also live on YouTube here right now. And if you'd like a personal reading, you can go on to my website, temperanceandsage.com. That's the absolute only place that I do personal readings. But these are readings right now for the zodiac signs. The zodiac sign that we are currently on is Cancer. So let's go ahead and see what is going on for the zodiac sign of Cancer. Cancer, I think that there's a big thing going on here in your life of reframing. More oftentimes than not, we can get into the negative mindset of something instead of thinking about the positives, right? So we end up, let's say, we rush out the door and we forget our coffee in the morning. We spend the time making the coffee before work, but we rush out the door and we forget it. We're like, ah, gosh darn it. You know, I was looking forward to that coffee. Spent whatever, 10 minutes, you know, sticking, making the coffee. And then we get to work and we're kind of in a bit of a, you know, ticked off mood because we're like, oh, that god dang coffee. But then you don't realize on how you could reframe the situation. All of a sudden your coworkers are like, hey, we're all gonna take a 5-minute break here and run off to Starbucks. It's on the corporate account. Do you wanna go? And you're like, oh, well, I don't have my coffee, right? Here's the opportunity that can come forward instead of being in a place of negativity. And so I feel like that's the energy that's going on here. Instead of being in a place where we're framing a fall down or framing a 10 of swords as the world is ending, right? Chicken Little, the sky is falling. We have to then instead switch it to the Knight of Wands. Where's the opportunity for this new beginning? Where can we see something come forward in a way that can create a new passion, a new flow, a new direction, right? The biggest thing is sometimes spirit will actually end relationships for you, terminate leases where you can't live in that apartment anymore. Maybe they even have, you know, layoffs at work, and it's all creates an opportunity for you to expand in a new way. So instead of being in a place of mind where we're thinking about, you know, this is the worst possible case scenario direction that something could happen, let's frame this as, okay, we can shift this around and move forward, right? Got laid off, well, now I can pursue a job that I actually like. You know, I can't live in this apartment anymore. Okay, now I can maybe take the chance to move into a new area, right? We can always switch the sort of thought process or the way of framing it around to create new opportunities. Even with the idea of breakups, right? Somebody is not moving forward with you in the same relationship. Okay, now we can find somebody else who we're more compatible with. That sort of switching of the mind can really give yourself an opportunity here in terms of moving forward. I want to say specifically as well, for those that are trying a lot of different things and just not finding something be successful, there's 1,000 ways to do something, right? I mean, we made that show 1,000 Ways to Die. There are so many ways that we can do something. There's so many different ways that we can create art, self-expression, music. There's so many different pathways, even just within professions, right? We have the broad term nurse, but there's like 50 bajillion different nurses that are out there, you know, so there's always different opportunities that can come forward. So if something is not working out, you're not stuck, the world's not ending, you know, we can always switch this around to have a new direction. So that's what I would say for the zodiac sign of Cancer. Let's go ahead with our next zodiac sign, which is Leo. Again, if you're on TikTok and you're just tuning in now and you'd like to rewatch, I'm also live on YouTube, Temperance and Sage, ouch, Temperance and Sage on YouTube. All right, let's go ahead here with the zodiac sign of Leo. All right, so the immediate message that I get right now when it comes to the zodiac sign is Leo, is that help is always available. Whenever you find something be a little bit tough, a little bit difficult, there's always an opportunity here to have somebody. Even if it doesn't feel like it, even if it feels like your immediate circle is not present, there's always a way to kind of create that connection, or create that opportunity here to have help, even again if it's not somebody within your personal circle. I also want to say you're not the first person to experience whatever you're going through, right? There's a bajillion gazillion amount of people on this earth. We are not unique. Oh, it's so sad to say, but we're not actually unique. Our life stories are very similar. That's why TikTok algorithm works. That's why Instagram algorithm, YouTube algorithm works. We're all going pretty much through a variety of like 10 things at any given time, and those overlap with what other people are experiencing. So look towards others. Even if you can't get that one-on-one conversation with somebody else, there's probably something posted on the internet to explain what it is that you're going through. Now, don't self-diagnose, right? ChatGPT is not your doctor. Let's not do that. Also, watch the conversations that you have with AI. Yeah, I'm not going to touch on that, but just kind of watch what it feeds into you. It can be like a self-limiting, but also self-validating sort of direction. And yeah, just watch that. But there's always an opportunity here to kind of see what other people are going through and kind of have guidance in terms of like what you should do next. So with the 10 of Wands, don't feel like you have to carry every single burden of life by yourself. There's people that can join you in your journey. There's people that have experienced this journey before. I guarantee you, whatever you're experiencing, type it into Google and you'll at least find a Reddit post on it. But there is opportunity to connect with others. I would say as well, watch the weight that you carry in relationships, whether it be platonic relationships or romantic relationships. You do not need to be the horse and the carriage carrying this person and the connection together. If friends are not, reaching out to you too, maybe explain to them, connect with them, talk to them and say that you would like a little bit of them to come forward instead of it being you all the time. Same goes for romantic relationships, right? It's a partnership. It's not you being the horse and the carriage moving things forward. So make sure that you are being valued. There's just a little bit of an extra reminder for that. But I do see a lot of harmony trying to come forward, right? On the other side of burden is opportunity. If you can get through this energy of difficult sort of direction or kind of weighed downness, you can really see a lighter, at the end of the tunnel, a lighter sort of direction coming forward here. So it's not always going to feel heavy. Opportunities are around the corner. People, are there to be there for you around the corner as well. So allow yourself to connect, move forward, and, research. Don't stay stuck, and you'll see really, you'll see things switch around. You'll see things really change is what I'd like to say. So that's what we've got going on here for the zodiac sign of Leo. We are now going on to the zodiac sign of Virgo. And if you'd like a personal reading, check out my website, temperanceandsage.com. So we're now on to Virgo. And I'm also live on YouTube, so you can go ahead and rewatch at any point in time on the YouTube channel. So let's go ahead here for Virgo. Wow, I really like this combination, if I do say so myself. I love the Queen of Wands and King of Wands coming forward together, because to me it gives like this passion or spark up of energy. It's like like-mindedness. There's people around you maybe that are wanting to start the same thing as you, or are as enthusiastic about the same things that you are. It just kind of gives this matching your energy, just trying to come forward here. So if you're putting the work into something, you are calling people that also want to put in the work. You're calling people who have maybe the same passions, finding a like community. We really just want you to focus in on what makes you feel passionate, because the more that you're in this vibration of excitement, desire, passion, the more you're going to be calling this, the more you're going to be acting like a giant magnet. So 8 of Pentacles, keep on putting in the work, right? Even if it's just small, chipping away one step at a time, one day at a time. Continue to follow your passions, because you're going to be calling in at least one other person that's going to fuel this fire with you and create the opportunities to move forward. I also want to say, be choosy. I mean, you can be choosy here with this Lovers card. Be choosy with the people and the situations that you find yourself in. If it is draining your energy, don't put more effort into it. I get it. We got to pay bills. You know, the dollar's always got to flow out. But we can still find other ways that we can put our passions together and, you know, get that energy back. I was actually just listening to a podcast that said, if you feel at any point in time that life's kind of getting out of your hands and you're feeling like a lot of your life is out of your control, or you're just not feeling passionate about it, what you do in order to get that sort of control is not take away more things. We don't take away things off of our schedule. What we do instead is actually add more things to the schedule in a way that brings us passion. So we're not trying to add on more extra hours. We're trying to go paint. We're trying to go read. We're trying to go garden. We're trying to go work on cars, right? We are doing the things that make us feel excited, passionate, and adding in those things that we have control over, adding in those things that make us feel excited actually shifts how we perceive our life and shifts the happiness that we feel in it. Because even though we're doing more things, more of these things are things that energize us instead of take away from us. So it kind of recreates the balance within our lives. So I feel like there's a lot of good energy here around you, Virgo. A lot of passion, excitement, like-minded energy is trying to come forward towards you. And we really have the message here that you are a magnet. Keep putting in the work to the things that you feel great about, and be choosy, you know, be more specific about what you apply your time and effort and energy into, and just kind of like follow those passions, because you will see more opportunities here to attract more good, attract more excitement, you know, more desirable energy into your life, and more desirable people there as well. So that's what I would say here for Virgo. Let's go into our next zodiac sign, which is the zodiac sign of Libra. So let us see, for the zodiac sign of Libra, whoops, what is it that Libra needs to know? All right. So whatever you feel like is lost in the past, like you didn't have the chance to make happen, or like something's not coming forward towards you, I actually see things switching around. When we have the Five of Cups come forward, we can feel more oftentimes than not that the good is in the past, right? Or like the opportunities that we're looking for or have passed us by. And when in reality, it's just a self-limitation, right? Your mind is a powerhouse. Your mind can really shift things around, right? I said for another zodiac sign, you can think of thoughts and make yourself upset, or you can think of other thoughts and make yourself happy. It's completely up to how you allow your mind to be in control, right? And of course, there's mental illness, yaka, yaka, yaka. There's going to be other things that are influencing it, right? But the power in which you have within yourself to kind of influence your own thoughts, it can change your mood. It can change your attitude. So whatever you're thinking is lost, or you wish you'd done it in the past, or you wish something with the past would come back to you, you can actually create that energy in the future, right? You can create it in the present moment. It's just what you perceive as a limitation, or what you perceive as like something that's going to, limitation, something that's going to stop you, versus what you can make happen, right? The Nine of Wands is like, we are putting up the wall ourselves. You can go experience that thing that you wish. You can go try that thing that you want to do. You just have to find a way in the present moment to make it possible. And that might be through community. The Three of Cups is a really good card for community, because it's people that want to celebrate that like goal. So maybe you start telling people about these things that you wish, you know, you start telling people what you want to do or what experience that you want to have, instead of keeping it to yourself as, oh, I wish this had happened. And then see where it goes, right? If a request can't be answered if it's not spoken, right? Closed mouths don't get fed. So allow yourself here with the Fool to try new things, put yourself out there and see where it goes, and try to find community that is like celebrating you or connecting with you. There's lots of people out there. There's lots of people that are experiencing the same thing or want to create some sort of opportunity or direction, or some people that have never tried what it is that you're wanting to do and they're looking for other people to do it with, right? I had some friends that went on, what do you call it? Bumble BFF. And nobody had ever skied or snowboarded before, and they literally made a group and were like, yep, we're going. And they all went together and went snowboarding, and nobody had ever done it before. But because they had that like-minded energy, 3 of Cups, they all went together and decided to try this new thing together. So it's not something, oh, I wish I had snowboarded when I was younger. No, all these ladies are getting together in their 40s and they're going to try snowboarding, because why not, right? It's just getting away winter season and you can go ahead and do that. Of course, this was last year. We don't even have snow yet. But you know what I mean? They're putting themselves out there. They're trying new things. They're not allowing these sort of narratives of the past to hold them back, and instead allowing new opportunities to come forward. So that's what I would say here for the zodiac sign of Libra. If you feel like you can't do something, lean on other people. Support is always there, even if it's not from your immediate crowd. There's other people in the world besides whatever your immediate family members or friends. You know, see what everybody else wants to do, connect with other people. You never know who's ready to answer the message. So that's what I would say for Libra. Let's go on to our next zodiac sign, which, ouch, is Scorpio. All right, so let's go ahead here with Scorpio and see what does the zodiac sign of Scorpio need to know. That alarm is going to go off. Can I stop that? Yes. It's just only 4:30 here. So the personal readings are not until 5 p.m. So let's go ahead and see for Scorpio. All right, so Scorpio. Firstly, I would say stand up for yourself when the time calls for it. A lot of times we like to think about other people's feelings, what other people want, and we can have a hard time putting up that wall for ourselves and kind of going after the things that we want. So the immediate message that I get is do not be afraid to stand up for the things that you want, but also recognize where you may be isolating yourself from new opportunities, different directions because of a self-protective layer. It's good to put up walls and boundaries when times call for it, but we can't just be in our own little bubble and circle for the entirety of life, right? Even though we have maybe certain circumstances that call for it, humans are very social creatures, and so community is always going to be an important element of life. And sometimes people are not going to agree with you, and kind of that's that. But we have to find a way to kind of get over difficulties, get over issues, get over maybe some self-serving biases, and allow ourselves to connect with community. The Queen of Pentacles can be a little bit more feminine energy. So if you're having a hard time connect with people, really hone into connect with those people that have that feminine energy about them, right? That caring, nurturing, wanting to give to others sort of direction. And you might find that there's opportunities to kind of break away some walls that you've been feeling, or break away some sort of resistance in life, and to find a bit more of a supportive community. This could be people that are older than you. This could be, I don't know why I'm getting it, but if you are like a mother that's having a hard time connecting with other people, there are other mothers that feel that way, right? I know that there's a lot of like mother groups that have been popping up in my city where they're like literally just going to walk around the park, because that way you have the opportunity to get the stroller out, you're getting moving, you're not just sitting in another place, right? You have the opportunity to kind of get out and about and have the air flow through you, you know, it feels a little bit better. rather than just sitting for a coffee. And it kind of takes that pressure off of meeting new people because you're walking instead of sitting, you know, right across from each other. You have the opportunity to kind of connect in a new way. So if you're a new mother, maybe try out those sort of new directions. Try out something different than what you've been doing, because people are out there to connect and kind of nurture and care for each other, despite maybe what you've been feeling. And I feel that for everybody in general. 7 of Wands, 5 of Swords can be a really hard time connecting with other people. It can feel like we need to put up our defenses, especially with the 4 of Cups, you know, previous experiences, but we need to work on that. Queen of Pentacles, new energy can come forward. 4 of Cups, if we allow ourselves to experience something different, seek this energy in different ways, then we can have a different outcome. Anything else that I would like to say for Scorpio? Maybe just in general, stop repeating the past. You just can't get a different outcome if you keep doing the same things, right? The same input is not going to get you something different. If you push, you know, B12 on the vending machine, you're going to get whatever's in B12. So allow yourself to push a little bit different on the machine, on the buttons, and see where it takes you. Take care of yourself, but don't self-isolate is what I would say here as well. Probably not the most exciting reading, Scorpio, but community and connection can come forward if you seek it out in new ways, is really what I would say. So let's go ahead and see for our next zodiac sign, which is Sagittarius. I don't think I want to write out the full Sagittarius here. It's going to take out way too much space. Let's take that. So for Sagittarius, let's go ahead and dive in and see what do you need to know. Whoops. All right. So Sagittarius, follow your intuition. I think that you're on a really good path here right now, and Spirit is saying keep on keeping on, keep on swimming, as Dory says. I think that you are leading yourself into a really good direction, and the more that you follow your intuition, the more you're going to see things move forward in a way that favors you, because you are seeking after, going after what you want, and it's just leading you in a beautiful direction. The Knight of Cups is the bringer of manifestations. So your manifestations, your desires are trying to find you just as much as you are the Hermit trying to seek these things out. So as you allow yourself to be in a place of curiosity and pursuit, the more you're gonna find, right? It kind of works that way in a simple direction. The more you seek, the more you find. The more you resist, the least you'll find, right? And so things around you are going to change in a really good way. I feel like from now until the end of the year, where 10 of Cups, you're experiencing a lot more happiness, closeness, connections, and things worth celebrating as you progress forward towards the end of the year. I think that there is opportunity for big change here, big self-growth, big new directions to come forward. And as, again, you're open to experience these things, you're going to see more and more come forward towards you. So keep on keeping on. Even if you feel isolated sometimes here with the Hermit can feel very isolating because it's like you're trying to walk your pathway and not everybody's walking the same path as you. So as you're trying to figure out what you need to do in life, how you need to move forward, and really how do you achieve your goals, it can feel like you're moving in the opposite direction to other people. And that's just a part of the journey, right? Not everybody is going to the same floor, so other people are going to get off the elevator at different times than you, and it's just a part of the journey. But you will experience closeness and connection with others here with this 10 of Cups as you get closer and closer and closer to achieving what you would truly like to achieve, right? Your manifestations are coming forward, and each step that you take as your intuition feels called to push you in that direction is just reaching you there. So I'd say keep on, keep it on, Sagittarius. You are moving forward in a really good path for you. Allow openness, allow change, take things one step at a time, and you're really going to see things move forward in a good direction. I would even say, I feel like something's going to be coming forward out of the blue here for you, where you may not expect it to open up some sort of door. You might not expect somebody in particular to reach out to you, to invite you somewhere, to connect with you, but it's really going to, whoa, cat just jumped on my lap here. It's really going to allow you to kind of open yourself up into a new direction and really maybe create a community that you didn't expect, right? So like an example, maybe you haven't talked to people that you used to talk to in high school, like a long time. But now all of a sudden this person is back in town and they're like, hey, I'm doing a get together with all of these friends that I've created over the little bit. And we're all going out for, you know, a couple of drinks. Do you want to come in? I haven't seen you in a while. And you're like, oh God, you know, I haven't seen you either. Let's go ahead and get out. You don't realize on how much you share in common with these new people, and you just create connections, right? It's like there's an opportunity to go forward in a way that's really serving for you in a new direction, and it creates community, pushes you towards your goals, and just really allows doors to open up to get you where you want to be. So that's what I would say for Sagittarius. Ow, what are you doing? Just casually getting attacked here. Let's go ahead with our next zodiac sign, which is Capricorn. Oh my Lord. Where's my, let's do this. So let's go ahead, Capricorn, and see what you need to know for the zodiac sign of Capricorn. Great timing. All right. So I feel like you're looking left when Spirit says look right. There's an opportunity that's trying to come forward towards you, Capricorn, here, and it can create a lot of good change. And you might even feel like it's coming ahead, but you're looking in one direction when Spirit's trying to bring you forward into another. And it's not bad. You just know what you know, right? The Four of Cups is a really good card for giving the example of you know what you know. Let's say you've always been talking to this person on text message. You may not expect them to come forward as an Instagram DM. You may not expect a phone call from them, right? Let's say you've always been getting jobs by word of mouth. You may not necessarily know that the job opportunity is coming forward from like a LinkedIn recommendation, right? It's like you're looking for the opportunities in the way that you know how to, which is no fault to you. That's how you know how to get them. But Spirit is saying that something else is trying to come forward here, so be open to experience it, to come forward in new ways, new directions, new opportunities. And it's good energy, okay? When we have the Eight of Wands come forward, there's a lot of good energy, a lot of good direction, fast-paced movement to get you going where you need to go, and it can create large changes for you, right? I like to use the Death card as something evolving, kind of like the idea of a Pokemon. You're reaching the next step, you're reaching the next level, and that's the energy that's trying to come forward towards you. So use your intuition a little bit more, tap into your intuition instead of being in the mind where you're expecting something to come forward in a particular manner. Use your intuition to kind of feel things out as to how you should move forward. Trust your instinct a little bit more, because I feel like there's a really good energy trying to come your way, and the more you're in like an explorative, feel it out state, the better that things are going to go forward here for you. Again, a lot of news, a lot of good conversation trying to come forward towards you here. So allow yourself to experience new beginnings. Anything else I would like to say? Firstly, I mean, your intuition is correct. If you've been receiving messages on something, but you haven't been having the in the reality confirmation of it, to see an action, to see news, to see a direction come forward, but you feel intuitively something is heading in a particular way, I would say you are correct here when it comes to this combination as well. The energy is really trying to progress itself forward, but a lot of good news, good directions coming ahead. So allow yourself to move into these new beginnings, and you'll see things really head in a beautiful state of energy. So that's what I would say here for Capricorn. Thank you as well for the little goodies. So let's go ahead here with the zodiac sign of, we have Aquarius and then Pisces, and then that's our zodiac signs for the day. I will also have personal readings available afterwards. So if you are interested in having a personal reading, then check out my website, temperanceandsage.com, for the live personal readings. I don't know why that S is so tiny. Let's go ahead here for the zodiac sign of Aquarius. No worries. Thank you as well for joining me here today. All right, so for Aquarius, let us see. Whatever you think is a limitation, whatever you think is not coming forward towards you, just give it a little bit more time. The Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups is notorious for taking its time. Think about somebody walking with a giant coin. I mean, this coin is like as large as their head, right? So think about somebody walking with this giant heavy coin. They're not running Usain Bolt style, right? They're not moving fast whatsoever. They are taking their sweet time, moving forward with this coin as it weighs them down. This is the pretty prancing pony, right? The Knight of Cups is somebody who's holding a cup of water. They're not going to be running. That water is going to be splish splashing everywhere if that horse starts to gallop. You better bet there'd be no more water in that cup whatsoever by the time they got to where they're going. So whatever it is that you're asking to come forward towards you, it's coming. It's just not coming very quickly because of how it needs to be handled, right? We have this precious, gold coin. We can't be running with a gold coin. It's going to roll away from us. Somebody's going to steal it. It's not going to work out, right? The water of our cup is going to be dropped off. It's just not going to work out. So whatever that you're asking to see come forward towards you, it's just being handled with care. And that's why it's taking slow. The Hierophants can say that there is already structure that's there to get what you want. You're not really having to really create anything different, try anything different, or like make it happen. There's nothing that you're like, what else do I need to change to make it come forward? Nothing. Just keep doing what you're doing and be in this sort of mentality of opportunity and expansion instead of limitation. And that's just really how you create the space for it to come into your life. But it's already coming in. It's already happening. It's already moving forward. So I would really just say the biggest message here for Aquarius is act like it's already happening. Act like you already have it. Don't be in a place of thinking that it can't come forward or you can't make it happen or there's so many barriers, because you never know how something can switch around and change in an instant. Right? It's very slow energy, but it's still coming forward here towards you. If you're expecting an apology from somebody, I do see an apology coming forward as well. The Page of Pentacles is the absolute only card that I use to signify an apology. So if you're looking to receive an apology from somebody, the opportunity is there to see it come forward. Again, it's just going to take some time, maybe as they figure out what is the best way to deliver this energy to you, best way to connect with you, that sort of thing can come forward here. But I do see an opportunity here to get what you're looking for just in some time. So don't give up now. Keep on, keeping on, keep on moving forward. That's what I would say for Aquarius. We are now on to our last zodiac sign, which is the zodiac sign of Pisces. All right, so let's see, what does the zodiac sign of Pisces need to know? All right. So Pisces, sometimes there's conflict in our lives in the ways that we don't actually need to have conflict. Sometimes we create resistance in a way that we don't need to have resistance come forward. And so I feel like the energy around you right now is saying, don't allow yourself to kind of get caught up in the negatives. Instead, look towards the positives. Look towards the opportunities. The Two of Wands really asks us to look at everything that's possible in a direction moving forward, right? We have the world in our hands. What's not possible? We literally have the world in our hands, right? And so instead of being your first naysayer, instead of looking for things that kind of combat your desires, look at things that support your desires, right? You can either have the Five of Wands, issues, conflict, difficulties, or you can have the Eight of Wands, success, movement, opportunity, right? Clarity. It's really just what you tie yourself to here with the Devil. So if you look towards where everything's restrictive, you're going to find more things that are restrictive. If you look towards where the opportunities are going to come forward, you're going to find more opportunities. But really with the Two of Wands, the world is your oyster, right? There's so many different directions that something could happen, move forward, create opportunities. So let's look for them. I would say here as well, when it comes to planning, don't just plan for the failures, plan for the successes. So more oftentimes than not, we're thinking, okay,
well, if this career avenue doesn't work out, then I'll go to this one instead. If this relationship doesn't work out, I'm going to take some time for myself, you know, but we don't actually think about if something does work out. Okay, you got the career, now what? Where are you taking it? Where are you going with it? You got the $100,000, now what? What are you doing with that money, right? There's a sense of like, what is the next steps towards your success? Don't just be that one final point. Yep, I got that relationship. Okay, now what? How do you maintain the relationship? What do you do with it? How do you grow with it? How do you sustain it? How do you connect with it, right? Thinking about where can we take these good energies? Where can we take this good direction? Is really a good brainstorm for you to do instead of just thinking about the negatives that can come forward in the situation. So Two of Wands, be the dreamer of the good possibilities instead of just being the dreamer of the negative possibilities. The company that you keep also creates the direction for you. Okay, so if you're going to be around negative people, negative Nancy's, you're going to probably be more like the negative Nancy's. If you're going to be around people who think of the ways that they can't make something happen in life, or they don't want to make something happen in life, that's more likely what the energy is going to surround you too. So you are the company that you keep, right? There's even something that goes on with your financial status can even change by the company that you change. It's like you're not likely to make more than $5,000 than your close companions, right? If everybody's making 35,000, you're not going to be making 100, right? You're probably going to be making max 40, minimum 30, right? If everybody else around you is making 35. So you are the company that you keep. So keep that in mind. If you have goals to travel, well, if you're surrounded by people that don't travel, you're probably going to be influenced not to travel, right? When it comes to money, if you want to make a lot of money, but people around you don't, you're probably not going to be influenced or shown the way to make a lot of money. So you are the company that you keep. So keep that in mind when it comes to moving forward as well. But that's what I would say here for the zodiac sign of Pisces. And that is our zodiac sign readings for the day. If you would like a personal reading, you can check out my website, temperanceandsage.com. We are going to be doing the live personal readings here right now. I do have to get off TikTok for that and open up my other YouTube channel. So we'll have both YouTube channels running. So if you would like to have a personal reading, head over onto YouTube, Temperance and Sage on YouTube. Do I want to exit out on live? Yeah, okay, so let me exit out of both of these lives and I'll open up new ones. And yeah, we'll go from there. So thank you everybody for joining me for the zodiac signs. I've time stamped them all except for Aries. I got to get that one there. And you can rewatch it on YouTube at any point in time. Temperance and Sage on YouTube.